My name is Luwei. My ID is P1156880. Yeah, I'm going to talk about case study. Let's go for part 1, features of this design. The summary is divided into 6 points, and let's talk about these 6 points in detail. And the point 1, definition. A case study is a research method to gain a better understanding of subject or process. Case study involve in-depth research into a given subject in order to understand its functionality and successes. A case study is an in-depth, detailed examination of particular case within a real-world context. In a case study, nearly every aspect of the subject's life and history is analyzed to seek patterns and causes of behavior. Case study can be used in various fields and including psychology and medicine and education and anthropology and political science and social work. Yeah. Let's go for the point 2, important features. Important features for case study research include a case that bounded or defined in time, space, and activity. A context-based study of the phenomenon rather than a study conducted in a lab or through modeling. Yeah, and in-depth investigation, and then multiple sources and evidence. And the last is a research question that cannot be answered using only numerical data. Yeah. Let's go for point 3, tabs. And I have 6 tabs. Let's go for tabs 1, collective case studies. This improves studying a group of individuals. Yeah. And then let's go for 2. The number 2 is descriptive case studies. This improve starting with a descriptive theory. Yeah, let's go for the number 3 is explanatory case study. These are often used to do causal investigations. Yeah. And the number 4 is exploratory case studies. These are sometimes used as a prelude to further, more in-depth research. And the number 5 is instrumental case studies. This act when the individual or group allows the researchers to understand more than what is initially obvious to observers. Yeah, and the 6th is intrinsic case studies. This type of case study is when the research has a personal interest in the case. Yeah. And let's go for the point 4, data collection method. And I have 6 6 points for this is number one, a careful record, and number two, direct observation, and number three, documents. And let's go for number four, interviews. Interviews are one of the most important methods for gathering information in case studies. I think it's very important for a collection method. And let's go for number five, participant observation. And number six is physical artifact. Yeah. Let's go for the point five. And the point five is the principal data analysis method for case study is referred to as OTTR, yeah, which stands for observe and think and test and revise. Yeah, it's for 4 points. Yeah, and let's go for the point six, reference books. And the books is the case for case studies method and applications in international development. Yeah. And then we go to the part two, research using this design. And this article I was working on Mashuji case. Yeah. The title of research is a quality case study of CO teaching relationships. And the research objectives is the purpose of this qualitative case study was to examine the perception of general and special education teachers in regard to forming CO teaching relationships in a school setting organized to several special education students through CO teaching modules. And then we go for is research objectives, and then is who are the informants, and then is number of informant, and is trip of the sampling used, and then is interview questions and data collection method used, and data analysis method used, and the last is trustworthiness. Yeah. Let's go for next. And this is research questions, and it's number one, number two, and number three, and number four. Yeah, we have 4 questions for research. Yeah. And then we go for the research design. This research design use a qualitative single case study. Yeah, the study use an imagemental design to allow the researcher to identify emergent terms. Yeah. And the last, we go to trustworthiness. To ensure trustworthiness, the researcher provided basis and limitation such as acknowledging the small, simple size of practical pens, and that the researcher had established relationships with some of the practical pens at their special education college. Yeah.